Samuel chapter 1 opens a new era in Israel's history, the transition from the time of the judges to the age of kings, and it begins not with a throne or a battle, but with a woman's prayer. There was a man named Elkanah, from Ramathaim Zophim in the hill country of Ephraim. He had two wives, one named Hannah and the other Peninnah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. Each year Elkanah went up with his family to worship and sacrifice to the Lord at Shiloh, where the tabernacle was located, and where Eli's sons, Hophni and Phinehas, served as priests. Whenever Elkanah offered his sacrifice, he gave portions to Peninnah and all her children. But to Hannah he gave a double portion, because he loved her, even though the Lord had closed her womb. Peninnah, however, provoked Hannah bitterly, mocking her year after year because she had no children. The pain cut deeply. Hannah would weep and refuse to eat. Elkanah tried to comfort her, saying, "Hannah, why do you weep? Am I not more to you than 10 sons?" But her sorrow remained. One year after they had finished eating and drinking at Shiloh, Hannah rose and went to the entrance of the tabernacle. Eli the priest was sitting on his chair near the doorpost. In deep anguish, Hannah prayed to the Lord, weeping bitterly. She made a vow, saying that if the Lord would give her a son, she would dedicate him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor would ever touch his head. As Hannah prayed silently, her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Eli thought she was drunk and rebuked her, but Hannah answered gently, explaining that she was not intoxicated. She was pouring out her soul before the Lord. Moved by her sincerity, Eli replied, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant your request." Hannah left with a changed spirit. She ate, and her face was no longer downcast. The next morning the family worshipped and returned home. In time the Lord remembered Hannah. She conceived and gave birth to a son, and she named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked for him from the Lord." True to her word, after Samuel was weaned, Hannah brought him to Shiloh along with sacrifices. She presented him to Eli and said, "I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted my request. So now I give him to the Lord." And Samuel worshipped the Lord there. What began as a silent prayer in the tabernacle would soon shape the destiny of Israel. Next comes 1 Samuel 2, where Hannah lifts her voice in praise, and God begins to contrast faithful hearts with corrupt leadership.